Now, if you do a module list, remember these are new sessions, so there is obviously nothing loaded by default. If you happen to need a particular program that you run every time. So, for example, you've decided that every time you log into Kill Devil, you're always going to run Blast program. So instead of having to add or load the Blast program manually each time, instead of doing module load Blast, you could do module add Blast. What that's going to do is it will permanently add the Blast module to your run environment, so that every time you log into Kill Devil, it will automatically load the Blast module. So you don't have to specify it each time. Let's take a quick look at our jobs. What is still pending? Yep, so we didn't get lucky that time. Sometimes submitting to a different queue, you might be able to get something to run quicker. Now, how do we find out if this secure tunnel setting actually took hold? And the way you can find that is look at a variable called display. So if the tunneling setting has been applied properly, you should see something like this. So each one of us should have a different number there. I have 28. Yeah. So what that has done is it actually has assigned a private quote-unquote display where your X Windows traffic can travel over. So it's as if we've got our own connection, a graphical connection to the Kill Devil server, and that's why each one of us has a different number there. Now, in order to get graphical output back from the server, we obviously have to make sure that the X Windows program is running on our local machine. On the Mac, same thing, you will want to make sure that the X11 program is running. For those of you who are using Macs, I have a setting, a command line option that you have to provide to the SSH programs for specifying the tunneling. It's in the handout at the end of the handout here. So you will want to go back, go to the start menu, scroll down to the XWin32 program, and the program that you're going to start is XWin32 2012. So make sure you're running that. You should get a splash screen on your screen showing XWin32. I didn't because I already have the program running. The program checks automatically for updates. On your own machine, you will obviously want to decide if you want to upgrade. If you are annoyed by this pop-up, you can always go ahead and uncheck this display on startup, and that will make this window go away. So at this point, we've all the pieces in place to get graphical output back from the server. And to verify that that actually does happen, I'm actually going to run a program called xterm, which is going to open a terminal window. And I'm going to put it in the background. We've already talked about putting programs in the background last time, I believe, by using the ampersand at the end of the command lines. We didn't? I guess we didn't. So this is something new that you're going to learn. If I don't provide an ampersand, let's do it that way first. So if I just say xterm and press return, this window that just popped up, and on your machines, it may actually ask you if you want to allow connect from localhost 127 something something. So you would want to click always. This is a security feature that is built in. In this instance, we know that we are trying to actually log into a graphical program on the server, so that's why you can go ahead and click allow always. So this window you're seeing on your screen is being directly projected back from the server. So we have graphical output coming back from the server itself. This is useful when some of you might be using a program called R for doing statistical analysis, for example. You'll be able to plot. So R is something, if you're in graduate school, if you do biology research, you're probably going to encounter R at some point in time. A lot of the new methods that are being developed for next generation sequencing analysis are being implemented in R code for the simple reason that R is free software, and unlike SAS, anyone can download it. It runs on PCs and Macs, and it's fairly simple to use once you know how to use it. But R will produce, for example, really nice graphical output. The images, the pictures that you see in papers a lot of the times with papers that have GWAS data for the genome-wide association studies data, a lot of those I think are produced using R nowadays. So having a means of interacting graphically with the server allows you to produce graphical output. You can search for R project on Google, and it should basically take you to the R project site. If you haven't looked at it, something you might want to do, in your spare time. So when I ran the extern program without putting it in the background, you can see that my command line prompt has not been returned back to me. So this program is actually interactively running. So while I have this window open, I will not be able to get control back in this terminal. It's sort of stuck here because I have this program window open. The way we are going to exit out of the graphical windows is by using exit. So when I say exit and terminate this graphical extern program, in this previous window, the command line gets returned back to me. If you wanted to grab a hold of the command line right away, you can run a program in the background. So what this does, by putting an ampersand at the end of a command line, allows the program to run in the background and frees up your original command line to for you to do something else. So you can see that this time around, when I put the extern program in the background, it opened my graphical window and it immediately returned me to the system prompt. PS is another useful command